Hey gamers, I'm Sybersnakes7, back with another video guys. Now let's cast our minds back to the middle of last year. I did myself a challenge, a console challenge to be precise, where I was going to get myself 3 boxed and complete rare systems within 8 weeks. But that went totally out the window and I ended up getting 3 systems within 3 weeks, which one was totally insane and 2, it nearly broke me in the process to do it. So the system's definitely changing this year and I won't be doing it in 3 weeks, I guarantee you that. But still ended up with 3 fantastic consoles. The first being the FM Towns Marty, which is a very rare and very nice system to own indeed. But the only issue with that when I bought it is the games are super expensive and there could be anything between £170 to £200 per game, so I still don't own an official game for that system yet, duly to the price. But thankfully I had the police and all rip me some copies of some top end games for this system. I know copies ain't a done thing, but at the end of the day, if I can play the system and I can appreciate it, they will do me until I can actually afford to buy a game for the system. But nevertheless, absolutely awesome system. If you can afford one, please pick one up because they're absolutely superb consoles. The second system I picked up was a Sega Saturn, the Skeleton Saturn, which is an absolutely gorgeous looking system, like a see-through green system, absolutely fantastic, one of many variants of that console in Japan, but I've always wanted to get my hands on that one. Slightly cheaper than the Derby Stallion version, which is technically the same with a different logo on the front, and much preferred over that one, to be honest. But as I say, fantastic system, got that fully boxed and complete. And I'm appreciating that even today. Bought a couple of games for the Saturn, but I'm heading towards the shmup phase now. I need a lot of shmups. I'm a bit late in starting up the shmups because obviously they're going to be very expensive to pick up, so a bit of tough cookie on my part, so I will get some eventually for it. And the third system I picked up was the PSX, which is the PlayStation 2 with a built-on hard drive, a beast of a machine. Fantastic system though, very rare systems, and I've loved and enjoyed that, played all the fighting games on it. I've recently just bought Gradius 5 for it, and it's an absolutely fantastic shoot 'em up, unbelievable. If you haven't never played that one, go for it guys, it's worth playing, it's superb. But that was last year. Let's talk about this year. This year I'm going to spread it across the year. I'm going to do 3 consoles, one at the beginning of the year, one in the middle of the year, one at the end of the year. It just makes more sense and it just saves my pockets from emptying. Simple as that. But the first system I've wanted for a long time. The second 2 systems I'm not too sure I'm going to be picking up because I just don't know what I want. But whatever it's going to be, it's obviously going to be systems. One, they're going to be in the collection for 2 reasons. I want to play them and I want to appreciate them. There's no point in having rare systems if you're never going to use them. It's as simple as that. So this first system I've got, obviously a Japanese console and a variant of one of my favourite consoles of all time, to be honest, and it's this one. Now I'll show you the front of this box. Many of you might not know what it is, some of you may do, but I'll turn the box around and you'll see the logo and you'll understand what it is. But the console is the R7, the Regulation 7. Now if you're not too sure what the Regulation 7 console is, it's a Dreamcast. And I'll show you the top, there you go, Regulation 7. Now this is one of many Japanese variants of the Dreamcast. There are loads of them, and they all vary in price. Some for affordable prices, some for astronomical prices. One being the Code Veronica. You got the 2 versions, you got the red see-through version and then you got the Stars version, which is absolutely insane to try and get hold of, and it cost you through the earth to try and get just a unboxed version of it. But this variant, the Regulation 7, I have wanted for a long time, and here it is, the jet black Regulation 7 Dreamcast. Absolutely superb console. I love my Dreamcast, especially the Japanese versions. This was also bought out in America in jet black, but not the same edition. It was like a sports edition, but obviously I prefer my Japanese, so I had to get my hands on this one, and I got this one for a really reasonable price, to be honest, because this varies in price. But as I say, absolutely pristine condition. Now, you know what I'm like. I like to look up and learn a little bit of history about it, and understand why it's named the R7. Now, when I looked it up, I read what it meant, and I just still couldn't get my head around it. So I've literally written it down in front of me, see if you guys can understand what it means. And you're a better man than I am if you do. But the Regulation 7, referring to the Regulation 7 Penal Code, right, pertaining to business affecting public morals. Now, does that make any sense to you? Because it certainly don't to me. So that's what the R7 means. But this system was a specially refurbished Dreamcast unit, and it was originally used for network code and console design. And obviously, it's got a nice. They give it a nice black finish. But the final versions of these, the last few, came out in a gold edition. Now, if anybody's got one of them, they're lucky, because I don't think I've ever laid eyes on one. And I've seen a fair few variants of this Dreamcast, and the gold one is nearly impossible to come across. If anybody's got one, you're lucky. But as I say, absolutely awesome system. And as I say, the Dreamcast, even today, you know, you're getting some fantastic shmups on there from third-party gamers. I mean, the system died mid-2000, and to still have games being produced on it, it just shows you how many people love this system. And here is the joypad. Jet black joypad with the obviously the R7 logo on. Absolutely fantastic. Look, I can't talk about the Dreamcast enough, because I've always loved the system. Always give it a lot of attention, and it's a shame the system didn't last, because the potential for that system, it had some great arcade ports on there, and the potential was there, but it just wasn't utilised, and it's a shame. But as I say, there's so many different variants of the Dreamcast, and I definitely wouldn't mind getting myself another one, but that's further down the line. But that is the Regulation 7, guys. Absolutely fantastic system. And I got a couple of games this time round. Now, last challenge, I said I was going to get some games with each console, but I just couldn't afford them, because the consoles cost too much, to be honest. So this time round, I'm going to get a couple of games with every system, as I said I was going to do in the first challenge. Now, obviously, the Dreamcast being a shmup heaven at the moment, with obviously new third-party people bringing like shoot 'em ups out, I've picked up a couple of shmups, obviously. Now, the first one is an older title, but this one is Gigawing, and I'll just move across because, oh, look up there, yeah, I've got some game footage again. Now, this is obviously a Capcom release, and this one is just total bullet hell. I'm not too sure on the way the shoot 'em ups work. I've got to get my head around them, because there's shoot 'em ups for scoring systems and, you know, combos and things like that. So this one is just, it's just like a score fest. Shoot everything you see, technically, but it is really nice looking game. Hectic and balls hard, what can I say? But that's the first one, guys, and it is complete, that one is, and it's a fantastic title. Gonna try and pick up Gigawing too. So there's the first one, guys. That's Gigawing. And then the latest release I got, this is the one I've been waiting for over a month and a half. I ordered it from PlayAsia, and I was arguing with them, where is it, why ain't it been sent in, why haven't I received it? And they had posted it and things like this, and it was Friday just gone. And I went back onto the site and I was looking through the details, and I'd only noticed that the game had been sent to my parents' house, what they lived in originally, and they've moved out of, and they've moved into the new house 2 years now. So it was sent to my old address, my old parents' address, and luckily we kind of get on with the people that actually live there. So I went down and knocked on the door, and as I said, you haven't had anything delivered for me, obviously over the last couple of weeks, because I've been waiting over a month and a half for a game from a certain website. And he goes, this wouldn't be yours, would it? Out comes the package, and I thought, superb. So I ended up with Sternwind, and now up there again. Absolutely brilliant shooter. I can't praise this shooter enough. I haven't really fully appreciated it yet. I haven't bit my teeth into it, but graphics, gameplay, this one's a little more manageable for me. It's a bit slower paced. Bullet hell still, but still slower paced. And as I say, I still haven't worked out the system for playing this game, whether it be combo based or, you know, it's mostly points, and it's like build up of points basically. But there's a lot of fantastic boss battles in this. Obviously, I've done the first level this morning, doing this playthrough up here. But what a game! Absolutely superb. I was going to pick up the special edition, but I thought at the end of the day, you know, I just prefer this, and I'm very, very happy to have that. So there you go, guys. Those are the two games, and that is the first system of the console challenge. Now, obviously, you ain't going to get another one for a couple of months because I'm going to take my time, enjoy this system that I've got, and then think about over the next few months what I'm going to be getting. So it's going to be much as a surprise to you as it is to me what the next system's going to be. But there you go, guys. That's the first of the new season challenge for the console challenge. Hope you enjoyed it, guys. Do go back and check my last year's challenge if you haven't watched them. Trust me, you'll love them. The 3 fantastic consoles, and I've got a fantastic console yet again to add to my growing collection of consoles. But I'm going to leave it there, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Do comment, do subscribe, and I'll see you in the next console challenge video. All the best. I am Sybersnakes 7.